folks, welcome back for another episode of Our Journeys. We are hopping into the fray with Arachis.NPO, running a guild sworn. From the look of it, just kind of a straight up, more or less, I would say, aggro, mid-range guild sworn deck up against Redanxxela, who with that charge creature, and Redanxxela there, $4.99, just under the 500 mark.
There's always a plan.
And let's see here. Sorry, got sidetracked there for a moment. Okay, so I thought with the 1/1, I can't remember what the heck this little guy is called, the Bandari Opportunist. I thought with that Redanxxela might be running an aggro build of some kind, but then you get the Preserver of the Root or Preserver of the Hister, and fellas like that, the Venom Tongue, and makes me think that it is more of a long burn, probably control Empire, but we will see soon enough. I would definitely say it's not aggro. You don't run the Venom Tongue in an aggro deck. That piddly little one does nothing for you. You want the ramp, and to ramp into amazing things. Got another Opportunist. Turn 5, pretty good consistency in a 3-attribute deck, but hey, we're not surprised. Ooh, haha! We got some spice here. Unstoppable Rage on Monastic. I'm guessing he's got some other breakthrough critters in his deck as well. I don't know if you could really say he's trying to bait Redanxxela at this point because he's 3 turns away. Obviously, Redanxxela has the ring. And, of course, one of the 3 cards in hand is a Javelin. Bye-bye goes the Monastic Champions. We'll probably see the...
There's a plan. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe Mehrunes first, just because you probably don't necessarily want to be draining. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but...
I'm sure I don't have any idea who took your call.
And, wow. Handful of removal. That's all he had, and that's the bummer about it too. Unless you're running a removal heavy deck, which I mean there are people that do that, but not on the often. Okay, so Arrakis, I'm curious to see if he's going to go face here. I would imagine he would, but Redanxxela is definitely at a rough spot, and I'm guessing he's going to Javelin. Yeah, doesn't want to have her starting at the discounts, and he is not going to give Redanxxela any more cards. Really has no need to rush. Fresh start. Wow.
Preparations have been made.
Anybody remember Circuit City used to run those ads? Just what I needed. It's nice when the game can go that way. I might be getting rid of... Well, it's tempting Edict and Javelin. Javelin being a prophecy that would be a removal. Might go for the fresh start, though, if he's trying to start him out of cards. Nope. He's going to say goodbye to those Bandari Opportunists. And there were quite a few of them. Although not as many as I've seen. Sometimes you see when Opportunists get nuked, and it's like 30 of them. So you're sitting there, and it's like, okay, the game's going 25 minutes long. All right, so I would call that more or less a disappointing showing from our Argonian friend. And he is Argonian. I was confirmed. The name of the person who told me... I think it was... Not bunnies.
Spoil my plan.
Oh! Okay, so they got some spice of their own here. Which is weird, because I really haven't seen that many drain creatures. Obviously, he's got the... Okay, Arrakis just biding his time. I'm guessing he's going to try to play Vanus and the improvised weapon. And he is already up against it right here. He may get just rushed down. I mean, Redanxxela, hey, you know, it's amazing. 10 cards, and he's got everything he needed. Pretty much every turn. Not his fault, of course. But as I was saying, you know, you have, unless you're running a removal heavy deck, it is kind of a bummer. Like, you may be sitting there going, okay, this guy's nuking everything I put down. But just remember, that's all they have in their hand. They just have nothing but removal through, you know, unlucky draws there. Okay, so you're going to see an improvised weapon come down to get rid of one of the threats. Going to say goodbye to the Ring of Namira. No! Okay, he's going to get rid of the 5 damage there. He's gambling on the fact that Redanxxela doesn't have a way to... Obviously, if he plays any card, he's going to heal for 1 or 2. But that AL Guardian is the big concern here. Oh! Can he do... He can do it! It's... it sucks. It really sucks. He can't win with it. Rapid fire going off there. I mean, Bog Lurcher with improvised weapon in the field lane is going to do some good work. It's going to give him damage. I don't know if we're going to see him do it or not. I think, yep, he's going to do it. Just be like, all right, I'll try it. But, wait, could it? No, I don't think. Oh, boy, did he get it close. Boy, did he get it close.
You are the victor.
And yeah, a little salt in the wound there. Alrighty, we're back with the Arrakis. I'm not sure exactly how it all panned out, but I jumped into a bunch of games, and the people that I was spectating, they were on the back foot. They were had 13 points or less, and it was late in the game, but I stuck with it because I was thinking, hey, if they can turn it around, comeback videos are awesome. Unfortunately, those comebacks didn't pan out, and so I've been bouncing around from game to game, and happily, I was able to catch Arrakis early in his next endeavor. So we're going to take a look at what he's got brewing. We know there is at least some elements of expertise, which I love. Big fan of that mechanic. He's got the Vanis, not Vanis Courier, I don't think is, can't remember his name. Anyway, JMW1005, a rare sight playing a mage that is not invade. It is an action mage. And this is a high level ranking there. So JMW1005, the lucky lady, playing a deck that we don't get to see very often. And Arrakis playing the mirror match plus strength. So
let's do the fish.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
ha!
I come bearing gifts.
Is it an item action mage? I don't know. I do know. Oh. I thought Skaven was going to come down there, but Ice Storm does the job just as well.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
Oof. The kitty and her minion, her Atronach minion. Almost like he was waiting for Arrakis to play that Ice Storm. Couldn't have known he had it, of course, unless they've fought each other before, but just so happens to have a great way to rebuild his board right after. Okay. Plays an improvised weapon to proc an improvised weapon. So yeah, I'm not sure how much, because I think I've only seen one. And it was in the last game, like an actual expertise card. Obviously, the Bannerman... Gosh. Oathman. The Oathman is usually seen in conjunction with those cards because he spits out, in the best of circumstances, he spits out the zero-cost bolt. And JMW just going for blood here.
This one is in no mood for
Similar to what we saw in the last game, where things seemed to kind of be more or less going back and forth, and then suddenly the opponent, running low on cards, decides to make that final push. 2 Cradle Crushes, not going to get the job done. Does have Encano to deal with one of those. Going to pick off the 5/4 because that has a chance to build, to get bigger with every action played. And Arrakis is just going to have to take that 5. Plus, if JMW wants to give the Atronach a steel dagger, which you'd think it wouldn't be able to hold it, it would just melt the dagger because its hands are freaking fire. Gets rid of Encano. So a Skaven into Cradle Crush will not get the job done anymore. He does have the douche. Can't play both.
They will perish in flame. We must protect that stronghold.
All right, we'll take 2, possibly 3 breakthrough damage, but he is getting those guards up. He might have stabilized just in the nick of time. And JMW being a high-level player, at, rank 153 there, as we can see. I mean, obviously he's not going to call it just yet. That would give him 10. It gets him within 2. Okay, I spoke too soon. He's just going for it. It gets him right there. We are going to see Grizzly Gourmet eat up the 2-3. But as we see JMW throwing down weaponry of all kinds. Okay, just kidding.
We must protect our strong.
Chooses instead to get a guard down at the same time. And here's the thing. I think that's what this is a good heads-up play by Arrakis. I think what he saw was what I was just about to say is JMW's throwing weaponry down of all kinds, which is really weird because it's not even the color for that really. But he has been throwing down some weapons, and the last thing you want is for him to arm that sweet roll with a knife or an iron sword or something and just take it to face. So he just opted instead. He was going to put down another guard. And probably going to get rid of, is there a piercing javelin? Get rid of any kind of prophecies that could thwart him. He could get rid of piercing javelins. He's already got rid of the Alfie conjurers. Might get rid of Sadani. No dragonfire. Okay. Which is interesting because, like I said, Grizzly Gourmet is a swift response to that before that card can get out of hand. But then again, 2 damage. And JMW, lightning bolts.
Elements are mine to control.
And I think Arrakis knows that, and so I think we're going to see him. Does he have enough? 7, 13, 15.
You're so sweet. I could just eat you up.
Why am I blank? 21. Okay. I'm guessing he's going to go next turn?
We must press our advantage.
Oof. Alright. I think it's going to come down to whether or not he can... Okay, with those Crusaders Assaults, he has lethal on board, and I think we're going to see him go for it here. You got to rip the Band-Aid off. It's a risk, but, you know, he's probably got... I don't think we've seen a lightning bolt in the discard. And is that going to be it? It is! Oh my gosh. Sorry, Arrakis. Okay, we are jumping in with Thiago the Blacksmith. Perfect. I'm presuming is running the... Okay, this is a 90. He's now up to 90 cards in his singleton. Oh, you hear that?
When Lord Dagon comes, I won't need to hide any longer.
Interesting. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I think he was 85, 86 cards last time in his singleton Telvanni. Now we're up to 90 cards. He said his goal was to get up to 100, so he seems to be marching swiftly towards that end. I did double check with him. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to try to make sure I remember to do this and put the link. Thiago has started his own channel. I think he's got 2 videos up for now, and he just said he is looking to start doing narration with it as well. And it might be in his native tongue there, of course, but there, I think those can still be a lot of fun to watch. I mean, goodness knows, like plenty of people still watch my videos that don't necessarily speak English, because you can still see the gameplay and you can still get the reaction. You can still, hear or see, just by the inflection and by the tone, what they're kind of the gist of what they're saying. If they're happy, if they're sad, if they're confused. So anyway, he is up against Daniel R. I think that's how that translates. The Immortal. He's also running a Telvanni list. Doesn't look like it is a... Well, I don't know. You don't really see the Murkwater Witch all that often. He might be running... Let's see. Standard 75 card. Yeah. Alright, so if it is a singleton Telvanni, he's not going ambitious like Thiago is. But anyway, like I said, I'll put a link to his channel there, so check him out. He doesn't have as much time to do the editing part that I do, but he is looking to get some momentum and to get those videos out. But I was making sure that he's not recording for this. I don't want to double dip and be recording a video that may take away. Oh, all right. So he lost his connection. That was why we had the delay there. Was not thinking deep thoughts necessarily. I mean, thinking certainly, but not that deep. It was just a connection error. It stalled him out a little bit. He's got his amulet down, which against obviously is a great asset against aggro and mid-range. Against Daniel's control Telvanni, probably not going to be as crucial, at least in this stage of the game. And we know Thiago's games are probably consistently some of the longest games that we have. I mean, obviously, this is a Telvanni control deck. So we could be buckling in for a 10 or 15 minute adventure here, being that it is a mirror match. And I find these to be the most interesting when it comes to control games, because I do think it really, you're almost having to do what you do with mid-range, where you really kind of have to, you know, your gameplay is control, but you've got to figure out what your opponent has, when you can start going for it. Like, Daniel's probably going to keep him right at 26 as long as he can, and is not going to break that until he's ready to try to close the game out. But we've seen Thiago has no problem going face when he pulls the trigger. Like, he just says, okay, this is I need to go in, I need to make this happen for whatever reason. Yeah, so that's Thiago identifying. So up against another control deck, pointing out that his opponent is trying to keep as many cards in his hand as possible. But Thiago's got some room to swing. Daniel's at 36. So even if you wanted to hit for 7 or 8,
You cannot match Telvanni.
it's not going to be a problem. Cat's Paw actually serving a purpose other than being a sacrificial lamb of sorts for card draw, is enabling all the good things to go off.
That was a mistake.
Interesting. What was the mistake? I guess... No, he didn't necessarily leave the Cat's Paw. Oh! Maybe he's saying that was his mistake. He was trying to do something... Okay, what does it do again? It's, Prison Dead. Draw a random action from your deck. Cruel Fire Bloom to get the extra 2 cards. So yeah, this is oh, there we go, Altar of Despair. Once he gets that online, he's got his draw engine going, as long as Daniel is not sitting on a Shadowfen Priest or a Dismantle, which we've started to see creep up a lot more these days. I was about to say too, we know Thiago, if he has Ice Storm, and I'm pretty sure he does, he's only got 1 copy of it, whereas Daniel, running the consummate control deck, most certainly has 3 copies in it. And it's up there at 40 health total, down to 32. It's really meaningless in this kind of game.
You'll not be rid of me that easily.
Control games are not a matter of, they're not a matter of HP. They're a matter of, I guess, resources, really, more so than anything.
Must I do everything myself?
And we're gonna have, okay, poor Cat's Paw, boy, she just gets all the horrible stuff. But I mean, that really is, I mean, the more games I watch, Cat's Paw is the epitome, is the crux, is the bulk of Telvanni's draw power. That's really it. The Altar of Despair helps, certainly, and is another source. We'll probably see that come down here. Nope. Okay. Oh, we still could see it come down. All right.
Nicely done.
Okay. And Thiago said, "I've had enough of these shenanigans. I'm going in." And once, like I said, once Control breaks that first rune, they're in it for the long haul. So I think he's seeing, and also let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8. If he could have broken another rune, he could have had Daniel overdraw, which is never a fantastic situation to find yourself in. I mean, he's very close to overdrawing now, so if he's got another Ice Storm, which he may have in that large hand, we might see that come down. No, he's going to play Parthenax. A bit of a gamble there. I don't know, obviously, what else he's got in his hand. He does burn, okay, Call of Valor, probably the one he would have been more willing to part with. So Fire Breath, and I'm guessing Drain Vitality. Yep.
Gone.
Alright, so poor Ungolem is not mighty enough to break another rune on his own. He might Lightning Bolt. Oh, Hallowed Death Priest. Let's see what that... Oh, alright. Territory Viper. Is he going to use it just to break that rune? Probably not. Wow! What in the world is Daniel sitting on that the Cat's Paw is the biggest card in his deck? I guess he's just got a ton of actions? I say stupidly because that has to be what he's got. Wait, did I miss something? Did he just draw that? Really?
Fly like the wind, I shadows like the tongue.
Wow.
Swiftly, I bark and birth.
Alright, so Daniel now trying to dump cards as quickly as he can. Alright, so Giant Bat is comparatively fresh because these days it's mostly Alduin that has been getting the love, but Daniel no doubt has some Soul Tears in hand and he's looking to get those Giant Bats on the move. So we might see Thiago take his foot off the gas a little bit, knowing that Daniel can heal for that much. He might not want to give him any more cards, so he's got 7. Yep. So yeah, he is going to take his foot off the gas here. I should have seen that coming. And that's why you run. Shrieking Harpy's older sister, Piercing Twilight. It's kind of nice that they both have adjectives in the name. I'm a Shrieking Harpy. I'm a Piercing Twilight. Ooh. And Thiago, he said we're in it for the long game. I think he's going to be able to close this out, actually. He's doing his shenanigans. And they are mighty shenanigans. Like, that is his... If he is known far and wide, he is known for those shenanigans. And right now, I think Daniel's going, poo nuts. Poo nuts, that's right. Alrighty, and Thiago getting his play, finishing his play at the final moment there. And bam! There it goes. Well done, Thiago. And we're joining Inu for the last game from our ill-fated Spotlight session wherein I completely forgot to, or not didn't forget, I was unable to record his audio through Discord for whatever reason. I found out from another friend that you have to enable something special on Discord in order to be able to record the audio. It recorded the screen, which was just his little icon and my icon with the little green circles around him blinking on and off, back and forth, but zero audio. It wasn't faint, it wasn't, distorted, it just wasn't there. And that was my bad. I should have tested it. I've always been able to record whatever happens to be on screen, whatever the audio and video is. The iPad always records it, and unfortunately, it did not do it that time. So, but I decided to pick some games from there, and I peppered them in here. Unlike the first two, though, which were his favorite, he likes to play mid-range, and typically mid-range that kind of a high-end mid-range, upper mid-range, where it's mid-range that goes into kind of control. It has some bigger high-end. You might see some 11 drops, 12, that's the kind of thing where you might see like an Odaving, whereas, low to the ground or aggro mid-range, or mid-grow as some people call it, will front-end a lot of lower-cost cards to try to end the game early and may cap out at like an Encanto at 8 cost or something. But in any case, he did, I think we got a Dagoth version of that and maybe the Ebonheart. But this Dominion deck is a Unite, and if you don't know, I think Inu is perhaps one of the most prolific players of Unite that I know of. He's got 9 wins in a gauntlet with a pure Unite deck. On this very channel, we have a video with him getting 3 wins in a row with Unite. Same gauntlet, but I don't think it was the same run. I will let you know, though, I mean, it's not all sunshine and flowers. In our Spotlight game, we tried to end with a win with Unite, and I think 3 games before this, the Unite card never showed up. Now, you can still win with a Unite deck that doesn't draw Unite. It's still possible, because it is a control deck. You can still control, you can still get that win, but it's very unlikely. As we can see, you run cards in this deck like Unexpected Arrival. You would never run that in a million years unless you're Invade. And it's really not a great card in this deck. It has no synergy, other than it has a 50% chance to spawn a strength card when it's at level 1. That's the only reason why he runs it, and it's the only reason why it's any good. So it's going to be next to worthless in a regular game if you never draw Unite. But fortunately, in this game, we do see a Unite in hand. Also a Dominion Battle Reeve, which is huge. That is obviously 3-statted, 3-cost card, one of the better ones in the game. There are actually several in each house. Like you got Telvanni Cat's Paw, you've got the Redanxxela Forerunner, which I think is a 2-cost 1/1 with Ward. But this is Dominion's golden child here when it comes to Unite. You want that Battle Reeve. That is your best chance and lowest cost to get those 3 attributes on the board at one time. Unfortunately, I think the last game that he played, it was against a mid-range warrior orc. So the warrior aspect was great because you could yoink the 2 colors that he doesn't have from the orc player, but unfortunately, Unite never showed up, and the orc, it was, like I said, mid-range. They were running the Chieftain's Banner. Inu couldn't clear the board, and just got rushed down before Unite could make an appearance. And he had to play like the Battle Reeve early. But here we are, turn 7 against Prom Yoda, the Unvanquished, Telvanni. Obviously, we see the altar there. We know it's a control. So Inu, especially with 6 health, is not necessarily going to have to worry about running out of time as he is cards. And we see the Cat's Paw there, which most assuredly will be a target for...
That's one trick I'll have to learn.
Oh, little yoinking coming from Prom Yoda with his own version of the Rifted Pickpocket. All right. So Inu, 8 magic to work with, plays Unite for 3, Dominion, that's 6. If he rings out Unexpected Arrival, and it does pull a strength, in theory, with Wabba he would have a chance, but that's really putting a lot of eggs in one basket. The only good thing is that he's not really, like I said, he's not getting a lot of pressure from Yoda at the moment. So he can kind of take that chance, and Yoda is running short on cards. Obviously, he's hoping to trigger the Cat's Paw with the altar and draw 2 cards off of her. That's kind of the go-to for Telvanni in terms of card draw. I think that's the one you see the most card draw come from is that Cat's Paw getting sacrificed. Poor Cat's Paw. Just not a great life. She looks pretty miserable. Has a ridiculous hat. Okay, does get the strength proc from the gate. Like I said, it's 50% chance, so not a huge stretch there. And it looks like Inu is going to deny that extra card from Yoda. Nails a purple. Holy crap! A Unite on turn 8 from the Wabbajack. A thing of beauty. Well done, Inu. Woo!
And this video is brought to you by the Nerevarine, I believe I'm saying that correctly, which was created by Vincenzo. Yes, the same Vincenzo that created the first 3 cards in the series. Don't worry, a lot of the folks throw their ideas into the mix, but Vincenzo came out swinging, had a whole bunch of ideas to contribute, and got the ball rolling in the custom card creation channel. So the top 4, I think maybe even 5 are his. But this is a neutral card, 10 cost, 5/5 stats, that upon summon puts 1 random card of each attribute into your hand. So you're getting blue and intelligence. Well, you know the colors, you know what attributes are. You get all the colors for 10 cost and a 5/5 body. Now, my first thought, which as I scroll down, and I actually did it this time, I'm going a little bit ahead, is that this might be better suited as an action. You know, you've got a lot of cards, and actually this is something, Lollygag and Sweet Roll, I believe, is the one, yes, who also said maybe the Nerevarine should be an action, Neravarine's persistence, or Neravarine's mission, you know, keeping with Vincenzo's idea of keeping it, like, kind of within the lore, which, by the way, the Nerevarine also goes by the Incarnate, so, which is kind of cool, because, you know, that's my channel name. Anyway, and he compared it to Battle of Mage's Onslaught, and how if you gave that a body, the resummons and the Galines and all that kind of stuff could really make it hell. And that is something that Vincenzo acknowledges, says, yeah, I like this idea more than when I put, he likes it more as an action than as a body. His idea was that he wanted to bring the character into the game, because we can relate more to characters than we can to actions, and when he was going to add some text, you know, making sure it couldn't be duplicated or replicated, but that gets a little bit difficult, because that would be breaking new ground in terms of, you know, the game as a whole. We don't really have a lot of cards with stated exceptions. You know, if we did, that'd be great. Hey, this one doesn't get Miracked, this one can't be killed by Alduin. Like, we have those in the mix, and maybe that would be the next phase of the game, but right now that would be breaking all new territory, is, you know, having certain cards that are, you know, there's specific effects that don't apply to them. Although I guess, I mean, you do have certain cards, you know, cannot be damaged by actions, so I guess you do have some of those. So it may not be quite as jarring as I might have thought, but I do agree there. I do think that should be an action, though. Get the Nerevarine in there some other way, and I believe he said that Unite the Houses was in Morrowind. That's where that concept was introduced, and I'm guessing the Nerevarine was also introduced in that game. But yeah, it pretty much guarantees that if you've got this card and you've got Unite, you wouldn't be able to Unite the Houses on turn 10, because obviously you have to play the other cards, but it's, you know, once you have that, it's pretty much a guaranteed thing, in which we just saw Inu doing what Inu does, which is uniting the houses. I'm not going to say it's easy to do. It certainly isn't. He's the only one I've seen been able to do it with that kind of consistency. But it can be done with some consistency with the right decks. I think there are enough ways to make it happen that it's not as rare as we might think. And I think a 10 or 11 cost action that does that provides that. Now, granted, it's not guaranteeing they're going to be low cost. You could get, you know, you could high roll, you could get, or I guess it would be low roll, I don't know how you work that out, but where you get, it just gives you a bunch of 6, 7, 8 costs cards. So in theory, if you're running a Unite deck and you just throw this in there, in theory you've already got most and you just need 1 or 2 and you're just hoping that it gives you a low cost version of those. So it's not a guaranteed win, but it does really make it a heck of a lot more certain, to a degree that I don't know if it's good or not. The only catch is, and this also has a counterpoint, the only catch is that there are tutors that can bring actions out of your deck, which would make this even scarier, because especially if you're running this 75 card deck, the one good thing about it is it's probably buried somewhere. But obviously if you run it like anything that has Lyneth, you're going to be able to pull it that way automatically. So you do already have a tutor in there, but there's I can't remember which one it is, but it's like if you have to couple them with a treasure map, and it's like, hey, if you get a treasure, so. But the treasure map also gives you an extra bit of card draw. So I don't know. I think it, you know, you got layers upon layers of things to sort out there. I don't think it would break it as an action. I think 10 cost is probably the lowest, and maybe 11. Granted, if you're playing Unite the Houses and you're alive at that point, I mean, that's kind of the sweet spot. That's when any control deck pretty much wants to start making its move and putting the game in its, you know, getting the game going the way you want it to go. You've held off aggro, you've held off mid-range, and if it's another control deck, well, then you're probably going on for another several hours. But in theory, around turn 10, 11, 12 is when you want to be kicking things off. So, I don't know. I think it's close enough that I could say, I give my endorsement. I do think putting it on a 5/5 body, I mean, a 5/5 is not huge, but it is a body. And I do think making it neutral is great, because then it can be used by any deck to try to unite the houses. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think it makes it too easy? Like I said, I do think for most decks, you got a 75 cards in there. This is one of those. It's, you know, I do think it would be better served as an action, though, and that seemed to be the consensus in the dialogue that followed. Again, great conversation. Feel free to come check it out if you'd like. The Discord link is going to be in the description there. I'll put the little banner up right here. Yay! And that'll do it. So, once again, thank you to Vincenzo. And just scrolling down here, Yum Yum! Yum Yum will be the sponsor of the next one with his card, Envious Reflection. Stay tuned. But, for now, back to the game.
Happily, we have stumbled into a fresh game with ShakeItBaby.NPO. Introduced to the channel through Brave Caryod's commentary. She introduced us, and I think spectated the first game, the last video or the video before. It's all kind of, the last week or so is just kind of blurred together. It was a mad rush to get it all out before I went on work travel. So hard for me to remember exactly what's going on as I recalibrate and settle in. But he is up against Solo_mag. Solomag? The Abominator.
Thoughts are quicker than your eyes.
Running a Telvanni. We just saw Thiago running a mighty... Oof. That is not a fun piercing Twilight. It is enough. It's going to be enough to... Well, no, it may not be if ShakeItBaby decides to use his Shadow Fen there. Which he might do if he's really looking to keep pushing. No Rune Break. Yeah, probably going to see the Shadow Fen. Says, silence, you shrieking, piercing, harpy Twilight. It's a really cool and kind of poetic name. For a really, like, I don't know. Yeah, I Piercing Twilight's a really cool name, but I don't know. Oh, no, he's going to go for the amulet. Okay. I sit corrected, as I do from time to time. Actually, pretty frequently, to be honest. I kind of forgot about that. That's part of my shtick now, apparently, is coming up with the exact wrong plays. So, I was almost going to say he's going to use his other Shadow Fen, but I think we'll see Syl. Yes. Okay, to be fair, I was saying it right as he was playing it, so I wasn't just waiting for him to play it. I was thinking that seems like a good card to play right there. Nice premium. It looks like we've got all bling right now. I'm seeing all stuff. Okay, negation comes down. Allows... Oh, you do not want to play it in there. You... Okay. Alright. Solomag with the Telvanni shenanigans there, getting his amulet back. Which, unbeknownst to him, is going to be a bit of folly. Okay. ShakeItBaby's going, you know what? I'm coming for you. And as soon as Solo plays that amulet, Belly G is going to come down, or Shadow Fen. I'm guessing at this point Belly G. Comes down, takes out that amulet. Or is... No. It's probably going to be it. I'm guessing he wants Belly G because he's going to want that breakthrough potential. Hoping that Solo does not have Lightning Bolt or another Silence. I mean, it's not a given. It's not a given. Alright, yep. He's going to hold on to Belly G. Probably so he can also play the Bleak Coast. But he can't do that because I can't count. He only has 8 Magicka to work with. He needs 9, so that is not going to help. So he could play that in the Harpy. If you wanted to play both. I think that would be the play if he had 9 to work with. I think that would definitely be the play. I think he might be reconsidering Belly G. Okay. Bleak Coast. Okay. And why? Oh! That's going to cost him a little bit. I think his thought was, I'm not going to kill anything this turn, so I don't need to worry about getting rid of that amulet just yet. But, of course, did not anticipate. But, you know, fortunately for him, or unfortunately for him, I should say. Oof. ShakeItBaby has nothing but support removal in his hand.
You must be cleansed.
Gets rid of the amulet. That is the most pressing. Stone's Throw is going to hit for that. He's got 3 damage coming unless Solomag can get what I'm guessing would be an Aelid Guardian down, ring that out. If not, I mean, of course, he could play any other card. I mean, he could play Lanath. He could play any card that would be bigger, have more power than the Bleak Coast Troll. But he's got to play something, otherwise he's going to take 3 here. And Belly G is going to come down, probably get rid of that altar. Very rarely do you see support removal in that much abundance to keep up with the amount of... Okay, so he's going to shackle the one. He's got to have something for... Okay, yeah, he had the finish off for that. Okay. All right. And yeah, I think Belly G's going to clinch it. And get rid of the altar. And as long as he keeps a creature in that lane, the pressure is on solomag to play something bigger and better.
Glory will be ours.
Okay. There goes the... Oh! Again, smart play. See? I'm thinking you always want to take down that, but... Oh, boy. 2 ice storms. Wow. And, of course, Ungulum triggers right off of there. And just like that. Alright, Corrupted Shade. Enchanted Plate. Not going to sacrifice a creature there, so he's back with lethal. And it's going to come down to order, and what side? No guards in the field lane, but he does have a Harpy. And he does have a Doggo to give something guards, so yeah. It's not looking great for Shake It Baby. Oh, I've been here so many times. Like I felt the visceral reaction when all those shenanigans when the ice storm happened. It's like, really? Ugh.
If I fall, the hiss will betray me.
I don't know. Oh, we forgot about that one. Oh, Garnag! Garnag, huge! You heard it from Andy. Arachis.NPO said Garnag is the biggest and most unique card in the game. The most powerful. And oh my gosh, the answers! He's got all the answers! How does he have all the answers? Now the good thing here, it's not actually all that great because Mag is going to go for the face now to get the extra 2 damage. Of course, he's Shake It Baby. I'm afraid, barring something amazing. Did he just top deck? Well, no, because if nothing else, he's gonna hit with the 2/3 and the ammo. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Great power.
And she's gonna pull back a Sorcerer Negation. No?
Wrong place for a midnight stroll. Death comes in silent wings.
It's the same story, unfortunately. Kudos to Shake It Baby for sticking with it. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Doesn't feel right. Alright, we rejoin Red, who I think I joined. I keep coming in late on the games, but this one's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good so far. Big, beefy bat. And we got Volendrung coming online in the next turn. It's got Candlehearth and Tome.
Should have just let me pick your pocket.
Ayla's Huntmate. That stings. That's the second or third ice storm in 5 minutes that have caused great havoc and anguish for our bold and intrepid players. I'm guessing, I don't know for a fact, I haven't talked to Red, but I'm got a suspicion, well, might be trying to make a break for rank 4. There's still enough time left. He's up against Ehot
Care to join me on the hunt?
Ilajalahi. Oh, the ironic. Okay. And also the unread. Maybe it's backwards. T-O-E... T-O-H-E... Tahoe? 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 Nope. High click. And...
Lord Dagon comes.
the fourth ice storm.
Any longer.
My goodness gracious. So is this an invade deck? I mean, it would seem to indicate, with those colors and that particular card, that's almost always the way of things.
Easy as hunting a
Throw a tome on that, buddy. Yep. Okay, fresh start. That's great. That is a good pickup there. That's exactly what you needed this part of the game. Go ahead. Throw down another Ice Storm. See what it'll get you. Okay, nope. He's got the arrest. Boy, we're just seeing the shenanigans. Probably see the fresh start come down here. All right, Hand of Dagoth. That's what we're talking about. Territorial Viper. Obviously, Viper, it doesn't have a whole lot of teeth. I mean, it does. It has 2 big fangs, but in terms of trying to whittle away at that final 13 health, that I can't. That name actually is making me go cross-eyed. Huh.
Nice try.
Thiago saying he doesn't even fight. If invade shows up, he just concedes. Man after my own heart.
Read my lips. Mouthpaw.
Although, of course, I haven't played this game almost at all this month. I think I'm only halfway through, and even my daily logins. Oof. Boy, if Ancano can stick, but boy, you just know the ironic is sitting on. Yeah, no, I can't even look at the name. The name is just such an affront. Not the actual like name, but just how it looks written out. It's just all janky and whatnot. Ugh. Ugh. I can't pronounce it worth a darn. There's no way I could pronounce it. I don't think it's meant to be pronounced. I think it's just there to annoy me, ironically. There's nothing ironic about it. Red taking a chance. There is a 3rd Ice Storm in the deck. There's the Javelin we expected. And there's got to be an answer for the 3/3. Of course there is. There's a douche coming down. Being used to get that card draw that he wants. So Red might do a Viper Gambit to get rid of the 3/1 and the douche. Free up the 3/3 to break that rune. Isn't going to do a whole lot. Doesn't have any other werewolves or companions to become werewolves on board. Great thing, though, Volumdrung and Swift Strike. That's going to be a big deal. He's holding on to the Ancano. Okay, so we're going to see Leaf Lurker come down, finish off. Or not finish off, but... go doubling power. All right, Red, let's go! I have a feeling that 8/8 is not going to stick, but... he's got Intimidate.
Come to me.
Oh, no! Really? Right on time. Goodness gracious. He's got to Viper it. He's got to Viper it. Got to get him out of there. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's what he got from the merchant. Okay, for a second, I just had a brain fart, thought he was Dagoth. That's what he got from the Mudcrab merchant. Holy cow, can we say high roll, folks? My goodness gracious, that was ridiculous. That makes it even worse. Like, Dagoth on turn 12, big deal. Dagoth turn 12 off of a freaking Mudcrab, even more so. All right. Uses the last charge to push get his opponent down to 4. And that's alright, because unless the ironic has life gain. Unreal. Unreal. And Kano was the game. And the Mudcrab that already gave him so much is now going to... Oh, and he's... No! Oh, Red, I'm sorry. I feel like this... Oh, he's going to keep that. Oh, Red. Man. Ping the 3/6, I would say. Because Encano can take care of the 3/2. That at least leaves the possibility of a Leaf Lurker to take care of the 3/6 next turn. Yep. Viper, great. Great. Can't play on both those. just a little too short Magicka-wise. Ah, that's frustrating. Red, I hope you're keeping a level head, but by golly, I would be salty as heck. I don't mind admitting. The Dagoth error off the crab. I mean, that is probably the ultimate high roll, particularly in that circumstance. If it's a control against control, maybe not so much, but threatening lethal, and that's what you end up with.
So many persons.
And the ironic, just sitting on so many cards, it could be a removal for that Encano. We see the Intimidate. That's fine. Encano doesn't need to see it to hit it. I mean, red is definitely still in this.
We must protect our
It hasn't gone south just yet.
See you in the next world.
Counterfeit Trinket. Ooh, boy. Oh, he's drawing the weapons. He's drawing the stuffs. I wonder if he has Dagoth there. That would be a fitting way to close this game. You can't play both. Ooh, I think you want to use Encano. Take out that 3-2. Yeah, there you go. And boy, if Encano... And it doesn't matter how many guards the Ironic plays. Red has enough Magicka, and he doesn't have any rune breaks left. No prophecies can save him. Ooh. If he guesses right... Actually, it doesn't matter.
This one will be taken back.
So he either got Intimidate or Cliff Racer, but neither one of those are going to help him here. If anything, he just knows... Ah, jeez! Oh.
Protect our stronghold.
Okay. I mean, red is drawing the stuff he needs.
Was fought well.
Does he... Wait a minute. Oh, because he's gonna... No! No! No, red! If you just held on to the Cliff Racer, he would have rallied onto him, and that would have been game. You were right. Oh, no. Oh, I hope red still pulls this one out. Oh, that would be painful.
They're in my...
I thought I didn't see it at first, and then as soon as he said, you know, good game, I was like, oh, he must have. And yeah, he had it. He just needed to hold on to the Cliff Racer. Oh boy. I was gonna say that he's got it. He's got it. Whoa! Top deck breakthrough. Okay, good. Because he should have won that anyway. Good game, red. Wow. Well fought. Well done.
So it's quite late and Gratu needs to go sleep, so rather than do a second ladder game with him, we're going to do a friendly instead. So I've picked a very old deck of mine, actually. An old one, but one that's I'm quite affectionate about, because it's Ebon Zoo. And Ebon Zoo is basically, you've got a load of animals and some zookeepers.
Fortune favor me.
The idea being that the zookeepers
Smile on Khajiit.
look after the extra vicious animals. And actually, it was my Dungeons & Dragons DM who gave me the idea to run veterans with animals. Let's hope we actually get some more animals, because at the moment it's mainly zookeepers. And obviously Vicious Druff's always in there because he's my honey barn. Oh good, we've got a mammoth.
I mete out the tribunal's justice.
Now I always like him, he's always good for bait gnat removal.
I have you.
With the bonus that if he survives you get obviously the card draw, but nope, he's baited out the removal. Here we go. Nicely done, Gratu.
My thanks is yours.
Time for some mammoth fun. This deck I'm quite fond of, although it's old, I do need to update it. There was a season where it got me from rank 5 to rank 3 in one day, I think at the start of season. It's probably the fastest I've ever climbed, but more recently its performance has been not quite so good, but I do still enjoy it.
Let's shed some light on the problem.
Oh, I'm thinking this is a Stealer deck, looking at the number of actions that Gratu's running. Let's try slow him down a bit. I mean, I know he wants to go sleep, but I don't really want to be steamrolling either. Let's tease him a bit. Oh, wow. He really has got perfect draw today, hasn't he? Or tonight, I should say. Is he gonna bolt? No, he can't bolt yet, but that's the trouble. Siriel's going to just end up getting killed if I play her, isn't she?
Thorns and claws. You must be cleansed.
I think he's going to bolt the Shadowfen.
The destruction mage is never unarmed.
That's where he gets the most value after all.
History shall remember this day.
Sweet.
Okay, I think I'm going to be forced to gatekeeper. At least I can copy him, but I don't think I'm going to stay alive long enough, really.
I will keep Sothasil's people alive.
Zooth.
Fully expecting that to end up dead. I think Gratu's going to get to go sleep a bit sooner than we thought.
May the fates smile on
I will
Khajiit.
cleanse the dark stain of necromancy from Tamriel.
Always good to see Hannibal out. This is pretty much a loss. But then that's obvious, isn't it? Oh, that's one of my darlings.
The Outlanders.
Okay, I'm going to have to go for the guard, aren't I, really? Hist Mage, there he is. I always found it difficult to see where they are. I just get a bit dense sometimes when I'm looking through the graveyard. I'm not really one for playing graveyard stuff much. He's going to put a Stealer out, I'm sure of it.
They will never know.
Next round, I reckon. Oh, look at that Viper. So cute.
Rise, my servant.
Not much I can do about the actions, really, but never mind. I bet he's got a Stealer in there. He's got 3 cards. He's bound to have one, isn't he?
The stench of the living.
Nicely done. Fortune favor me.
I think it has, Gratu. I think it has.
They have much to learn.
My enemies have taught me well.
Yep, I knew it.
knows no bounds.
I doubt I'm going to get any answers there, am I?
The Nords must take back Skyrim.
Let's see if there's anything from spoils.
By the egg of fine revive.
Well done, sir. You can go sleep in a
It
minute.
has been an engaging hunt. Apologies.
He's got it, I know he has.
Can't you see how busy I am overpowered?
Well done. Finished in style. Sleep tight, Gratu.
Thiago the blacksmith clued me in just moments ago that he is up against Dominion Invade, and I had to see it with my own 2 eyes. I'm only seeing it with 1 eye now. I can't see it with my own 2 eyes. Okay, I'm going to see it with my 2 eyes here. Alright, goodbye gate, I would imagine. Yep. No! Okay. Yeah, I feel you, Thiago. I really do.
Nice try.
And see, that's the thing, and this is the thing with Invade. It really makes you think you can win. And many times you can. But many times, I just don't know. That is, I would say aside from Invasion Party, that turd muffin right there, what was his name? Sigil Keeper. He is the biggest pain in the butt in Invade, other than Invasion Party, I think, for me. Thiago admitting this deck is not great against Invade. He does have that Viper in the wings. Alrighty, apologies again. Things went by very, very quickly. Obviously, we got an Encano coming down. That gate is a big problem. Up to a level 10 now. And does she get a keyword? If she does, she's just going to make the gate bigger, and she does. She gets breakthrough. Not devastating in its own right, but like I said, it makes that gate bigger. Dinosaur Nuggets. Dinosaur Nuggets. Gate closer. Wait, how are you going to be the gate closer if you run Invade? You're the gate opener. You are the gate propagator. You are the gate enabler. Alright, now she's a little too big for Encano, but does have an Ice Storm and Dark Rebirth. Charge and regenerate, yeah. I will say, though, if anybody can pull this off, it's Thiago and his shenanigans. I have full confidence that he can. And Red Brahmin is a great answer for that. Oh, he just comes right out with the Ice Storm, says screw that noise. And we might see a Dark Rebirth here. No, okay. Going for the card draws, looking for... He's going to take one of those threats off the board. You know, you wouldn't think it... I mean, it's putting him in a hard spot. He's down to 11 health. The gate's still active. And he's going to Doppelganger the 5-1, I'm guessing. No, the Sigil Keeper, he's going to put a ward back on it. Like I said, one of the most annoying cards ever. Oh, Thiago smiling. Thiago smiling. Is it the Red Brahmin that he's... It is the Red Brahmin. And now he can... Well, this is a little... Now, okay, Guardians can come down next turn and help him stabilize. I was going to say because he can't... Oof. Boy, it's getting close. Getting close.
The rightful ruler of all
Oh,
Tannia
no. He's going to be able to play that next turn. Oh, Mute would have been very helpful, but he needs... Well, he could have played Elid and Mute. Okay, he's not playing the Guardians. Alright. Okay, he's bought himself some more time, and he can play Piercing Twilight in the field lane. Get a guard down and get rid of... Well, please get rid of Sigil Keeper. I mean, there's probably a lot of other great targets. I just feel like I just want that one gone. Unexpected Arrival. That is a great card to get rid of, because right now it would be putting down a 7-cost card, probably with charge. In fact, anything that Dinosaur Nuggets plays is probably going to get charge. So hopefully it's not going to be too big. You know, nothing like... well, he doesn't have... I don't know. We're going to see Crisis begins on the Argonian. Down he goes. You fought well. You did well.
I stand behind my...
Okay, that is not a problem. Things are looking okay. And there is the punctuation. He just needs to get firepower in that Shadow Link, because if he closes that gate in the next turn, it is over for Dinosaur Nuggets. Oh, if he gets lethal. Okay, he does not get lethal. Oh, it wouldn't matter. Haha, because the Elite Guardians are impervious. Now the problem is he's going to be able to hit for 3. That gate is still up. Oh! Yes, Shadowfen, the 4/4. Necromancer, a Viper. I'm guessing. Yeah, down goes the gate. Perhaps just in time. Sacrifice the 2/1 to get a little more life back with the amulet. Dark Seducer is going to be huge here. Huge. I mean, he's going to take 6. Hopefully, no lightning bolt. No lightning bolt. No lightning bolt.
Speak.
Okay.
Citizen.
No lightning bolt. Great. I mean, he's not out of the woods yet.
No man can deny this.
Okay, he's not going to put out the Dark Seducer. I love Thiago's play. I mean, unfortunately, he is right on the verge of...
We fight for the glory of lost Almerians.
Okay, she pulls back the Crisis, begins. He's going to use that on the Guardian. Takes away some of Thiago's bite, but hopefully... Alright, now it's, well, she's still a threat. Yeah, it's got to be, I'm guessing, Dark Seducer.
Must I do everything
Or
myself?
Telvanni Oathman. Yeah, get those guards down there. And can still play the Dark Seducer.
Cannot match Telvanni cunning.
We may see Thiago stabilize here. And a brilliant bit of playing. Biding his time, playing. Like I said, obviously you heard me in my mind. I'm going, oh, this is, play the Dark Seducer, get the drain down there. But it's going, I mean, obviously she wouldn't have stopped a lightning bolt.
With our Lord.
So right here, barring Encano, well, no, Encano doesn't matter.
History.
I think that's just it.
The elements are mine to control.
Shadowfen Priest is going to take care of that, and it looks like Thiago
Should help you.
is going to walk away triumphant over Invade. Well done, sir. Well done. And that is going to be a great way to wrap up this video. Thiago, thank you so much for giving us an amazing win to go out on. Thank you all so much for watching. I am still trying to get my head back in the game. I haven't had this much on my plate in a long time. Got travel. The role-playing game that I play with, the Roll-to-1, is going strong. Having a lot of fun with the fellas. Some of those games are now the games that I've been in, because they're 3 or 4 games, I think, or 5, maybe even ahead of schedule. So the ones that we recorded several weeks ago are now surfacing. So feel free to check that out if you like watching role play. I think you could have some good enjoyment there. It's they're 2-hour episodes. But anywho, aside from that, I will be working to make sure that I keep the wheels churning. I got we've got, what is it called? Spotlights. I got to get a spotlight with Inu. We've got to get together for that. And then coming up in a few weeks, well, actually in March, around that time, Sea City Toker. Those of you know him, you love him, and he is actually going to do a really fun spotlight. He's actually doing some planning for it, and yeah, putting in some work, which I really appreciate. He's got a producer's mind, and he was kind of put some ideas out there, and I just really like to see that kind of proactivity and that kind of engagement. So that'll be coming up a little bit later down the road. But anywho, yeah, so we got stuff locked and loaded. I just need to, like I said, get my head back on my shoulders, facing the right direction. It may look like it's facing the right direction now, but trust me, I am looking out of my ear hole. I can't even come up with an analogy at this point. That's how bad off my brain is. Anyway, I got to get to editing, so that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep playing.